himself when he sees Sam.
Moving on. Stephanie is a web designer. She's located here in San Francisco in Churro Hill, is that right? Churro Hill. The sunny side of San Francisco.
Where's the sun?
She's been in business 9 years.
Oh.
Right? Very good. Her previous professions, jewelry designer, sandwich maker,
Nice. Look at you.
and health food store cashier. So I can see how those.
You should interview all the people.
Sorry.
I'm just reading what's on this screen. You guys are laughing.
It's all the delivery.
I'm
Delivery
really
was
serious. Her family info, has no spouse, no children, no animals, no plants, no friends. Oh, sorry, I misread that.
10 friends.
Her partner's name is John. John, no last name. It's mysterious. Definitely has a John.
Is this a rose?
Anyways, without further ado.
What an introduction. So, I was hoping to show you guys some stuff, but it's on this small machine.
Pass it around.
So I don't know what to do exactly. I didn't connect with getting a projector or anything, but what I wanted to do is just use this time to kind of look at, I wanted to show you some before and afters, because that's always good, before and after shots, basically, of websites I've redesigned or designed from scratch. And then I also just wanted to help you all understand, maybe there's something that you want to know about, what your website could do or should do. And so I just wanted to take the opportunity to talk about that so that it could help you with your own businesses, just moving forward. So I don't know whether to gather around a table and just kind of look at this small screen.
Can you pass it around a little bit?
Or should I pass it around?
Yeah, pass it
Or
out.
walk around the room, get some exercise.
Because I think that'd be great.
Don't give the shit, man.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. So
I have a
Rick Snyder can help me through some of those processes, because I spend way too much time just sort of, again, just working on this stuff. Yeah. So this is my website. I don't know, maybe you all have seen it. There's that.
Cool.
And then,
That's what work.
yes, it's just a little design element. So this was a really recent project I did for a documentary film. I don't know if you can see it, but basically it's a documentary film about bilingual education. And so I just wanted to point to this one because it's got a lot of dynamic content. It was built in WordPress. It's a custom skin, basically, a theme, but it allows the client to be able to go in, log into the back end, and then change the content on the front end without having to dive too deep into PHP and MySQL and HTML code, which most people, if they're not in the sort of web development world, don't know, and it's a whole other language. So, but what I appreciated about this one, this was kind of also just coming from a comment that came from Ricky Fishman a while ago, just about understanding something about search engine marketing and search engine optimization. So what this does basically is that it's got all kinds of links, both to her Twitter feed as a news item, and she's got all kinds of links just embedded both on the homepage and within the secondary pages that are what they call backlinks. So it's this whole thing about, if you have your website linked to, another website, and then that website links back to yours, that will bump up your search engine standing. without much effort. And in addition to meta tags and it to being developed mostly with using a lot of text and stuff like that. But anyway, and also it's got video content. Video content's also very key these days, I think. And so, because one of the things is you want to have really current information, which is why, again, like a Twitter feed or some kind of news item on the homepage is a really good idea. And another good idea is to be constantly changing the content, because that's what things like Google really likes. It likes to know that you're, that this is a really active, alive website, and that you have data on there that's really current. So anything with like news or a current date, that's very good. So just a before and after, this was a biotechnology company. They were developing sort of, what were they developing? They were developing, it was very complex and it was hard for me to understand, but they needed a totally new brand. So this was their old site, and this is a very sophisticated biotech, working in very sort of small, scientific, granular things, that I actually didn't even understand entirely. But they needed something that communicated their sophistication, their savvy. I mean, they were well funded, everything, and this wasn't doing it for them, both in terms of brand, and just overall, it's very hard to understand what they do based on this homepage. So what I did is, you just walk through a whole process of what they're trying to communicate, what their message is, how do we communicate, who's their target audience. All of these things are very important to elicit before you even start the design, because ultimately the design should serve the business, and that means communicating to your target audience and understanding who that is and on all of that. Because in the end, the design should serve the function. The function is creating more business for yourself. So this was the, I don't know if you can see it, this was the redesign. And it's still keeping with their old brand, but it's just punching it up a little. It's using a dynamic flash piece to kind of rotate through some of the different features that they have. It's showing this highlight of a DNA chromosome type thing because, you want people to immediately get science, biotech kind of things. It immediately puts their product pipeline right on the homepage, so it's showing, okay, we are engaged in this. These are the different phases, and it feels very activated. So, because it's all about, you're communicating, that you're an active, dynamic company, and that, that's the whole point, basically. Careers, so anything that sort of gives a sense of aliveness is a really good idea. Another recent one, this was sort of circa 92 or something. This is my colleague, this was sort of the first design, kind of small, sort of unactivated, and this was the sort of the more recent one. Again, like a more alive content. They've got a blog. Blogs are fantastic in terms of creating backlinks just for yourself, and also content that that's not necessarily marketees. It's more content that's related to what an individual would find compelling to read, and that then sort of circulates back into the services you provide. I hope I'm making sense. But I just thought I'd open it up for questions if anybody wanted
Wait,
some.
2 more minutes.
Okay.
So